You don't always have to talk it. You can live it. Just live. Just be happy. Be positive. Let the others see the neighbor in you. Way back in 1985, I was privileged to write a series on the 23rd Psalm, of course, about the shepherd and the sheep. Well, about 2 months later, I got this envelope in the mail, and I looked at the back of it, and it was from Ghana, West Africa. And so I opened it up, and inside it was a letter from a young man who found a copy of the Words of Hope on the floor of a taxi cab on his way to work one day. His name was Charles Minsa, and he wrote in his first letter and told me how interested he was in wanting to know more about the shepherd and the sheep. So I corresponded back to him, wrote back to him, and this went on for, I would say probably about 5 or 6 months. But then one day he wrote and asked me if it would be possible to send him to Bible school. I said to my husband, well, I'm willing to go back to work so that I can help to pay his expense. He was very excited about giving the Word of God, bringing the message of salvation to people that were living in the jungles in the northern part of Ghana. I can remember saying to my husband, he might be scamming us, because the only evidence I had was mail like this. And so I said to my husband, I'm going to go to Ghana. And I flew over there by myself. I got there and he said, well, now you're going to be teaching these young men. They're accustomed to understanding English, but they need to know how to relate the gospel to their people in their tribes. I taught in the school for 3 weeks, and then he said, now we're going to go out to the jungle and test what we've done. Little did I know what I was in store for. It's a good thing, because I'm sure that I might have backed out. I'm not sure, even in spite of the Lord pushing me. But I went with him, and the first day we were walking in a path together, and I kept looking down because there were these large roots across the bottom of the path running from all these trees. And so one time he called back to me and he said, Miss Joan, don't be looking down at your feet all the time. You need to look up in the tree. That is where the snakes are. So then I had to make a choice. Was it either to wear a snake around my neck or to fall flat on my face? But God took care of me. I never once got sick. I did not get any contagious diseases. It was difficult. There is no running water, no electricity. That part of it was stressful until I began to realize I am not here for convenience. I have a much greater purpose than that. God has sent me to share the Word of God, the Word of the Lord, with these people. And who could ask for a greater opportunity than that? I was able to witness group after group as we go with the Jesus film. And each tribe, there would be at least 20 to 25 people who would raise their hand and say yes, they wanted to know who this neighbor was, but actually it was a shepherd to them. So as you see, it isn't your neighbor next door. It can be your neighbor way over in the country of Africa. You never know where God is going to give you an opportunity to touch a neighbor.